Welcome back to WikiLert.
Today, we're tackling a heartbreaking and explosive development, the death of Charlie. Kirk, the 31-year-old conservative activist, founder of Turning Point USA and a key ally of President Donald Trump, who was fatally shot during a speaking event at Utah Valley University on September 10, 2025. If you've been scrolling through the news or social media, you've probably seen the outpouring of grief, the manhunt for the shooter, and the heated debates about political violence. Kirk's passing has sent shockwaves through the conservative movement, with Trump calling it a dark moment for America and blaming radical left rhetoric. So grab a moment, get comfy, and let's break it all down like we're sitting together piecing through the chaos, covering what happened, the details of the shooting, the tributes and reactions, and what this means for the political landscape. Let's get into it. The incident unfolded on the afternoon of September 10, 2025, at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, during Turning Point USA's the American Comeback Tour campus event. Kirk, a charismatic and influential figure in conservative circles, was speaking to an audience of around 3,000 students and supporters when a single gunshot rang out just after 12:20 p.m. local time. The shot struck Kirk in the neck, and he was rushed to a nearby hospital in critical condition, but was pronounced dead shortly after. Eyewitnesses described the scene as pure pandemonium, screams echoing through the outdoor venue, people ducking for cover, and security scrambling as the shooter fled. Video footage circulating online shows Kirk pausing mid-sentence, clutching his neck, before collapsing as the crowd erupts in chaos. The event, which was meant to rally young conservatives around issues like free speech and faith, turned into a nightmare in seconds, with Turning Point USA confirming the tragedy in a statement. It is with a heavy heart that we confirm that Charles James Kirk has been murdered by a gunshot. May he be received into the merciful arms of our loving Savior. Kirk's death was announced by President Trump himself on Truth Social, where he posted a 4-minute video from the Oval Office, his voice filled with grief and anger. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, Trump said, calling Kirk a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much. He went on to blame radical left political violence, linking it to his own assassination attempts and other incidents, saying, "For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers." Trump's words set the tone for the conservative response, with flags lowered to half-staff at the White House and lawmakers like Representative Eric Burleson pushing for Kirk to lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda, comparing him to Reverend Billy Graham. The manhunt for the shooter is ongoing, with the FBI releasing images of a college-age suspect in dark clothing who fired from a rooftop nearby. A high-powered rifle was found in woods close to the campus, but the killer remains at large, and 2 initial suspects were released after questioning. Utah Governor Spencer Cox called it a political assassination, vowing justice in a state with the death penalty. Charlie Kirk wasn't just any activist. He was a force in shaping the modern conservative movement, especially among young people. Born October 14, 1993, in Arlington Heights, Illinois, to a conservative family, his father Robert was a major donor to Mitt Romney's 2012 campaign. Kirk dropped out of community college at 18 to co-found Turning Point USA in 2012 with help from Tea Party activists. The organization, which claims to promote free markets and limited government on campuses, has grown into a powerhouse, mobilizing millions of young voters for Trump's campaigns and hosting events like the annual Student Action Summit. Kirk's radio show, The Charlie Kirk Show, aired daily on Salem Media's The Answer channel from October 2020 until his death, reaching a massive audience with his fiery takes on politics, faith, and culture. He was a trusted Trump ally, speaking at the 2024 RNC and organizing voter turnout that helped secure the youth vote. His final X post, just hours before the shooting, referenced the need to politicize the senseless murder of Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska, stabbed on a Charlotte train last month, showing his commitment to issues like crime and immigration right up to the end. The cause of death was a single gunshot wound to the neck inflicted during the targeted attack at the university event. Authorities believe it was a sniper-style shot from a rooftop some distance away, with the suspect firing once before fleeing. Kirk was transported to a hospital in critical condition but succumbed to his injuries. The FBI's Salt Lake City field office is leading the investigation, with Utah law enforcement assisting, and they've urged the public for tips. No motive has been confirmed, but the political nature of the event Kirk was rallying against radical left influences has led to speculation of ideological violence. Trump's video message tied it to broader trends, mentioning his own shooting in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the 2017 attack on Representative Steve Scalise. Conservative figures like J.D. Vance called for prayers, while international leaders like Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán blamed a globalist menace from the progressive left. Reactions have poured in from across the spectrum, uniting many in condemnation of political violence. President Trump's tribute was emotional, calling Kirk a martyr for truth and freedom and vowing to avenge his death. Fox News hosts like Dana Perino choked up on the Five, with Jesse Waters declaring, "We're going to avenge Charlie's death." Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene posted, "Charlie Kirk has been shot. Pray for him," before the confirmation of his passing. Bipartisan voices joined in, with former President Joe Biden stating, "There is no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now." Utah Governor Spencer Cox expressed heartbreak, praying for Kirk's wife Erica and their 2 children. Internationally, Australian podcaster Abby Chatfield faced backlash for a post saying she hates Kirk hours after his death, predicting it would fuel more violence and martyrdom on the right. Conservative allies like Brooke Rollins called him a warrior for Christ and for America, while European leaders like Orbán decried the hate campaign from the left. Kirk's legacy is massive. He galvanized young conservatives, with Turning Point USA reaching millions on campuses and online. His show addressed faith and civic engagement, and he was a key player in Trump's youth mobilization. Tributes highlight his courage, with one saying, "Charlie was a model for truth and freedom." Vigils are planned across the U.S., including a rosary prayer in Salt Lake City. The manhunt continues, with the FBI releasing suspect images, and lawmakers are pushing for heightened security amid rising political violence. This tragedy underscores the dangers facing public figures, with Trump linking it to a pattern of attacks. As the investigation unfolds, Kirk's death leaves a void in the conservative movement, but his influence endures. What do you think? How will Kirk's passing impact the political landscape? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like if this story moved you, and subscribe for more breakdowns. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Rest in peace, Charlie.